Hey you, it's Jess here and it's so nice to see you. Today we're doing another update to my video game journal for the game Infinity Nikki. And I have a whole playlist up on my channel if you want to check it out. But we are working through our 2.0 journal. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm trying to get caught up. We're going to be doing 2.3 today, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, 2.3, which was called Uncrowned Heart. So the last video I did 2.2, which was Chromatic Beans Ever Bright. But now we're doing 2.3 Uncrowned Heart. And this was a very sweet little filler patch, although I think it's all still permanent, the story that happened in Spira. And it is all sweet desserts kind of theme, and like a sort of deeper message about how you see yourself and how you find yourself worthy. Yeah, so we're gonna get straight into it. This is the one where I haven't actually pre-put my print-offs in. I usually pre-slap these in here. They are printed on removable matte paper. But I haven't this time. I guess I wanted to see if you guys preferred this or not. Okay, there is a new dungeon in here, so I have to do some information about that. I have everything on hand. But I do have all my print-offs here. I do have screenshots of how I want to place them all out. I kind of planned ahead of time before I printed them of how I want them to look in the journal. I also have this Scribble Prints Co set. Well, I made this a set. We have a gingham, we have this strawberry and bow and cherry blossom washi, and then this is a PET tape that has a bunch of desserts and strawberries on it, which is perfect for this update because there's a big dessert theme to it. So I want to do the front page to be this really beautiful wallpaper that they gave us, this beautiful art of Nikki kind of falling into this the donut and dessert dungeon that we had. This is a really big sticker. I think I might put it around here from the beginning of that. So when I have a big sticker like this, or I should say I'm using an Archer and Olive notebook, and I found this to work pretty well for this gaming journal. Alright, so I'm going to put it near there. I just fold off a piece so we have it kind of there, then we can sort of roll it out afterwards. Alright, I'll get this as straight as we can. And then what we do is we just pull the underlining part off and sort of squish it down as we go, kind of get it into that center part there. And there we go, easy peasy. I just do a little fold there so it's nice and folded. So this is the front page. I was also considering bringing in some of this paper. I don't think I need to bring it into this page because it's quite fairly, full. But I do have this paper from SPC that has unicorns on it because the 5-star banner for this this update had a unicorn that you can ride, and I did pull for it because it was so pretty. I just had to. Because I know I was a unicorn girly. I was a little bit of a horse girly, but I was mostly a unicorn girly, to be honest. So I do also have some alphabet stickers here I'm going to select from to put in Uncrowned Heart because we don't have the title here. But I might just do some of this washi across the top. I'm going to layer it with the gingham washi, just to fill in this sort of area. I'm going to do the same across the bottom, but not quite the same, and obviously on the opposite side, so we have a little bit of balance there. That looks good. And now I'll put the gingham with it. I'm just going to tear off the end, because these are fresh washi rolls. I want it to look torn. So I'll layer a shorter piece of gingham. I think it looks really cute. I think overall it's going to work well for this update of the game. Some of that, and then I do have to look and consider this P tape. I'm pretty sure it's all cut out stickers, so it will be super easy I'm going to take this tape that keeps it kind of together off. So it's kind of pulling off the rest of, okay, here we go. I got it off and I'm going to keep it to the side here so I can re-stick this closed later. But you can see what we have here. We have a bunch of cakes, and this fruity one really makes me think a lot of what we get in the update. So I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of this deco just to start bringing it in. And maybe we'll use some of this foil as well, because why not? We have it here. I'm going to put this on manual focus, apologies, just so it'll be easier for you to see. Yeah, this update was really fun, but also had a really deep meaning. And sort of, basically, we have this character Rococo, and she's like the famous dancer. She's like, you know, extremely popular and beloved in Spira. Do I want to use these ones? Because I have to put out uncrowned heart, so I need a fair amount of letters. But maybe we can mix together some of these new ransom letters that I have. We can put the pink, maybe the light purples and the light blues together to make the title. Now I'm just going to use this old paper to do that. So yeah, and Rococo. And then we get invited to a celebration of her winning a international like talent competition, and we get invited in this beautiful dessert themed area, but nothing is as it seems. It's yeah, so you learn that that's not really how things went down at the sort of magic area that we've been transported to is, yeah, it's not as it seems. So there's, this is a really hilarious dialogue where the shroomlings, who are, you know, they're big fat mushrooms, they're telling Nikki that she's like not skinny enough. You know, it's very much on like the perfectionist. I think it's a lot of commentary about idols, especially like CK J-pop idols, how much like, you know, how much pressure they're under to look perfect and skinny and beautiful, and it kind of plays on that and sort of like, well, that's not what this is about. We don't want to look the same. We want to be our beautiful individual selves. It's kind of what you come to learn during the quest. But it's very like, they're telling my Nikki, who's like no bigger than my thigh, that she's too fat. I'm like, excuse me, my Nikki is gorgeous. Uncrowned. I'm just trying to get the letters in. But no, I thought it was a really sweet little story there about that. Uncrowned. That's what it is, for, right? I'm terrible at remembering things. Uncrowned heart, yes. Yes, we're led to believe that she won this talent contest, but you kind of learn that that's not the entire truth, and it is very, very sad. I very much felt for Rococo through this whole thing. I think we're going to put in some darker colors here just to give us those letters, but also change it up a little bit. Uncrowned heart. I think that's correct. So I'm going to quickly put these in here. That probably looks good enough for that. And then I am going to use a Tombow Jewel Brush marker to do a border around, because I feel like if you've been here before, you know that I like to do this border to sort of ground the whole spread. Because I don't know, I feel like it just gives a little bit of like it's a completed page instead of like a half empty page. especially when we're keeping it a bit more, you know, a bit more simple. Like I could put some more deco in. I could put like this big bow in or something on this other side. And maybe this slice of cake on the bottom. With some more of the sparkles that came on this tape. I was considering just buying a sample of this tape originally when I saw it, just to save some money, but Simply Gilded actually had a PE tape sale, and I'm kind of glad because I feel like I'm going to use a bit of it as we go through. So that is the front page. The first page, I need to like go through these, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, there we go. I've just gone through these because how I had these listed out. I needed to make sure that I had the right ones. So first we have some of the graphics they put up on their social media. I'm just going to put these here like sort of an angle. Sort of going over the events and some of the elements of what was in the update. So this was like the Perfect Idol Champion celebration. And then we also got a new dungeon, which I do like to put information about the dungeon in, especially like if I've completed it or not. So it's a really fun dessert-filled dungeon. So I'm going to, I might use a lighter pink for the dungeon information. Let me go to the front of the journal where I have the other dungeons that came in the base. I used much bigger pictures for these, but these are like the main dungeons. So I just want to put in that I collected the stars, the dues, and I did the challenge for when we go back over them. I haven't gone and 100%ed the other dungeons, but I'm going to sit down soon and try and 100% everything that I can. So I'm just going to use this light one. So you have dues, stars, and the challenge, and I'm going to use a couple of strokes this way to make that kind of area. I should probably like have them all finish at the same spot. Okay, I'm just going to do like one extra bit here, and I'm going to do a pink outline of just this page. So if I go quiet, I'm probably going to cut out bits and pieces here because you don't need to see me doing the whole thing. I probably don't need to talk through the whole thing. So I did just use a black pen for that. Let me find my black pen. I still haven't got the perfect pen that I want to use for writing in these journals, but I'm not doing a lot of writing these days in my journals just because I just don't enjoy it, and I also struggle with handwriting at the moment due to my hand issues. Now, I can't remember if I think I've actually done the challenge, but I'm not going to take this off yet. I'm going to check in game that I've actually completed this dungeon, but I'm pretty sure from memory that I have 100%ed it. But yeah, so these are just some information. We had a whole part of Spirit was covered in frosting and desserts, and we had some beautiful, like really fun water slide games, and we had these sweet themed snails. So they're like large snails in Elderwood Forest that the mushrooms look after, and they had a sweets variant. So we also had this like mini game where we got to decorate a slushy with the cream and berries that we wanted. So this is like a jumbo slushy. So these are the options that I made and took a photo with. We also got the celebration guide here, and then I also printed off the free outfit that we got for this ability where we were building our own, we started building our own shops and things for the shroomlings. I know a lot of people did not enjoy that part of the game, and it is permanent, so you can still play it, but I actually really enjoyed the building. We set up a shroomberry juice stall because they love to drink sweet juices. And then we also set up a bath because they also love bathing. So we have a bath and a juice shop, and then they also had, and then later on in updates, we also got to make them, made a snail beauty salon for their snails to have, you know, be pricked and looked after. And then at the very end, I think it was not 2. Which one? I think it was, yeah, 2.4. And the next one, we also got 2.4. We also had our own styling group. So we had we built up and collected stylists to help us do styling competitions. And I thought that was really fun. We had to level them up and things. And I enjoyed the shop building. I don't know. Not everyone did, and I understand, but I did. So now we're kind of got our base down here, and I think it's looking so cute. Not all updates are super, you know, the pictures from them and stuff don't always come out super coordinated, but this is looking adorable. I am loving all the pink. Now I don't mind if I go over a little bit of the so I kind of cut these out to be kind of like photos, so I'm going to use this washi like I stuck the photo in. I'll just use a little bit of washi here and there. I love that. So we're also going to put some, okay, I want to put this, which like parfait, but also slushy over here, because it's very much makes me think of that. And it had the greens, which I was really happy with. And then we also have this one. Oh, sorry for my hair. You can see how this, I saw this PET tape and I was like, I have to have it for this update. I'm sure I'll get use out of it later too again, but it was just perfect for Crown Heart. Put this here, maybe we'll put, and then we'll put some more sparklies. I know this PET tape is going to go everywhere, but roll all over my desk, but that's okay. I'm gonna put sweet down here. I think that looks cute. All right, I don't think I need to add too much more. It's quite decorative. So I like that. I do like that. But yeah, they usually don't come out, so sometimes that looks right. But this, some of these are kind of all over the place. Whereas this is very looking pink and cute. All right, so that was kind of the introduction of some of the gameplay. And now we're doing the shop. So stuff I got in the shop. So this was the top-up outfit. So you spent money in the shop, you got it automatically. I did end up picking up this unicorn horn with the magical girl stick and little fairy wing headpiece. I also definitely picked up these nails, which are adorable, and the pose that came with it was so good. Then I also picked up the rerun of this paid outfit because I did not have it before. Alright, I'm missing an outfit here, so give me a second and I'm gonna go find it because I must have put it in the wrong section. Here it is, because look how much darker it is, so I accidentally put it into the next 2.4 update, which is obviously very dark. So I kind of accidentally put it into that batch, but it does belong here. And I think I'm gonna have to do some decorations here for the shop. So maybe this is where I'll bring in some of this paper. I think I will. I think that'll look good if I tear it up on this corner here. So I might do this. Like that. I have some of the unicorn. I still have plenty of the paper, so it should be fine. So I'm gonna layer this over in here, and then I think also, because I haven't got the stickers in yet, I can do my outline of pink. So I'm gonna just do that first. All right, got my pink in. Now I'm gonna put this on the corner. And apologies if there's any noises from outside, but I have the door open for Heidi, my cat, and some people are making lots of metal and truck sounds because I live like next to a grocery store and a bar, so they always have like truck sounds going. All right, just cut that little corner off. And that will fill up. I dented that. Oh my god, let me just put some of this stuff away. Oh my gosh. It just gets so busy when I do this. So that'll fill up that gap that we had from not having any more shop stuff. I was pretty subdued in this one. So, those bangs are really annoying. I apologize if you can hear it. But like, the must-have buy of this update for me was the nails with the rings and the pose. I lived for the pose. I still live for the pose. I favorited it because you can favorite camera poses. So if you didn't know about this game, it has a very robust photography like whole section because obviously it's a styling fashion game and it has beautiful areas as well in the world to take photos. So you want to take photos of your beautiful outfits. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'm glad I put the paper in. And it brings in a bit more blue from that side as well. But we'll put in some of this washi too. But yeah, so, and then they update the game with like new poses that Nikki can do every update. And you can also get extra poses from shop stuff. So I really enjoyed the pose. You'll see later in some pictures where I used the pose that came with the nails. You kind of like, you're showing off the nails and being really adorable. Loved it. Do some layering of the gingham as well as some of the gingham by itself. Alright, now there's like a big group of people shouting. Oh, I think it's a school group. Oh well. We also live next to a park, so people like travel this way with the kiddos. Try and put some of these more bigger decorative pieces in. I'll be back in a second because you'll probably hear these people screaming. Alright, look how much of this PE tape I've already used. Like, so much of it. I'm going to cut this all off because I've used every single piece. Oh, except this little star. Let's put this in. Don't want to get anything to waste. I'm probably using way more, but this ended up perfect for this spread. Okay, I think that looks good to me. I don't think I'm going to put in like shop sets or anything like that, like text-wise. But, ooh, my video was correctly shared. Alright, I'm exporting a video right now. Let me have a coffee. Okay, that is the shop one done. I think it looks so cute. So next, I did pull on the 5-star banner because I'm obsessed with it. You're gonna see. It's like Sailor Moon. She's like Sailor Moon hair, although the bun on the back is like a bow. But she has a beautiful, and she has a beautiful frosty dress, and you ride the unicorn. It's literally a unicorn riding ability. I just had to have it. My inner child was dying for it. So let me also do I'm just gonna do all of my outlines here because it makes me happy. Adds a bit more color in, I feel like, too. I don't know. Sets the stage. Yeah, if I usually just sit, after I cut all of these out from paper, I hand cut everything. With my special scissors, I use these scissors because the last time I used normal scissors to cut out all of these Infinity Nikki stickers, I damaged a nerve in this finger and my hand has never been the same. It could take years, if ever, to heal a damaged nerve. So I got these scissors because you use it like this, and I highly recommend, especially if you're doing a lot of a lot of this kind of stuff and cutting, so yeah, recommend those to like save your hand. So I'm gonna put this here. I made it pretty big. I think this is my new printing, and I had adjusted the size of my template. Now I do have like an empty pot here. I don't know if I want to put some more of this in. I could have put this, if I move this to this side, we can put some of this unicorn paper in, because, you know, it's a unicorn. But I'm going to cut it out here and then stick it in. Maybe just cut by this pink line as my guide. Alright, and it'll be easier to cut in. To place it down, I might rip off the top. If you have a straighter line. So I feel like it's easiest to like make sure they're both lined up, and then we can trim the corner off. Gosh, some very loud trucks moving through here at the moment. Every time I want to film. Okay. The only problem with removable matte stickers is when they go onto this sort of curve here that I'm getting, because this journal is so packed now, it does kind of lift up sometimes, so I have to be careful with that, but the journal will be closed most of the time. Alright, I'm glad I put this little paper in here, and then we can put in some of the PET tape. So that was a 5-star, so pretty. Like, look at this hair, I love it so much. You'll see a bit more of it because I end up wearing a lot of the pieces during the quest. But the 4-star was this really fun vampire, like cherry chocolate outfit. Also loved and obsessed. This is the main color, and then these were the pink was the glow up. So I'm gonna put that there, the glow up, and then this was the evolution. It's sort of like a strawberry and mint vibe. So yeah, I loved everything about this banner. So pretty. Alright, we'll put these in, because I do like to include the 4-star and everything that I got in the banner. It's just nice to have it as like a memory of what I've pulled on and what I have in my collection. And, you know, I'll have these journals when one day the game closes down, and I'll have all of my memories. And even if the game and my outfits are gone, this will be here. I'll have my paper record of my journeys through Mirrorland with Nikki. So, yeah. I think that's partly why I keep this, but also because it's like, you know, it's kind of built on that with its beautiful graphics and the beautiful camera mode. I was talking about the camera mode, but there's poses, but there's also filters for lighting. There's like just filters for style, but also then camera lighting, so you can do all sorts of lighting difference. And then there's also, let me put these in. Put some strawberries and things, even though this is like a cherry outfit. But there's also like all the options that you want, from like manual focuses and, you know, all the things that you expect to be in what you do in a camera. So yeah, I know it's really fun to play around with it and get all different kinds of photos. Because I've struggled a bit with a lot of other games with the photo modes, but with this one, it just looks great every time. You can also share like your camera presets, like your settings, with other players, and you can download other players' settings. So if you don't love if you can't get the look that you want and you see someone else has it, they can actually give you their settings, and you can put it in and save it. And you can always have it and go to that preset. I'm gonna put this word sweet in. Apologies I got my hand over the whole thing, but the way this like PET tape roll works, I don't know. Oh. I am a mess right now. It's just so loud outside and then trying to do this beautiful spread. Okay, I think that's looking great. So we have 3 more pages left. I tried to limit myself on the quests and stuff, but I do like to have like the banner that I pulled, my shop items, and then like an intro stuff to the update. So now we're going to get into our quest things and make sure that this is nicely covered. And we're going to continue on with our pink outline. Alright, so let me go through here. Alright, this is what we got here. That's during the quest. This really cool graphic here. Oh, I think this was an update to this actual update to the game. But they added this vertical mode in to the game a while ago. You used to have to make your own vertical. But now they've put a vertical mode in. And then this update, they added like different frames and layouts. So this is like a really cool like social media frame that you could just put in the game. And they had like different layouts. So you could do like 3 photos into like this kind of thing. And different kind of layouts, choices. And so I was really having fun playing around with it. You can see here where I've put on the beautiful hair from the outfit. And I thought it paired perfectly with this older dress that I had. And then the makeup from the banner is just so cute. You got sprinkles all over. So yeah, I did want to include some of these like photos that I took. I guess the only thing with this layout picture here is that she's actually holding an ice cream. That we also got like this big ice cream cone as a free item, this update as a handheld. So she just runs around with her ice cream. And she's holding ice cream in these pictures, but with the way the layout worked, I didn't end up having the ice cream included. But I kind of like this pastel goth feeling with the black lipstick instead of the black clothes, but with the bright and colorful pinks. And then this was from the quest. This is a VIP invitation to the Perfect Idol Champion celebration. Yeah, and this is just inviting Nikki to go to the celebration at the beginning of the quest. So I wanted to include that. And then during the quest, as I said, they were like hounding Nikki that she wasn't wearing what everyone should be wearing. Everyone was supposed to wear like these pink ribbon bows. And obviously I had an adorable little purple outfit. And so they're harassing Nikki, trying to like dress her up and put makeup on her because she was ugly and fat. They didn't actually think this of her. It was very much, the longer you're in the quest, you realize everyone's kind of under the influence of bad juju. So don't worry. And Nikki was very much like, hey, shut the heck up. I am beautiful as I am with all my imperfections. Not that Nikki has any, I love her, but but she was like, I'm beautiful as I am, as are all of you, and we don't have to conform to all wearing the same thing. And I do love that message. And then this is really cute. I think this is during the dungeon, maybe. Just like a lot of like holographic pink. Then we had this really big bow on the 5-star banner, which was like separate from the dress. This bow that's kind of in here. And so I paired it with this dress and I loved it. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun styling in this one. But yeah, so it was a lot of like, hey, we are beautiful as we are and we don't need to conform to society's expectations under the sort of the guise of idol culture. And yeah, and then Nikki had to tell everybody off, you know, so good for her. They're also harassing our poor little Momo, but then Momo, our cat, is, well, he's not a cat, he's a Momo, but he's always getting harassed for his chubbiness. He's always like, chubby, but he's my sweet little kitty. Alright, we got some gingham and bows here. So I'm going to put some of this deco throughout again. We could still use one of these. I feel like this went better with that other page, but I do want to fill some of this in. Got some cupcakes and things. Oh yeah, there was a whole like part which I didn't include in my print-offs because I really have to limit how many pages I'm using per update right now to have it all fit in this ding-dang journal because I'm printing too much stuff off. But anyway, there's a whole part where she's like, oh, I made this fat-free, calorie-free, sugar-free, like it's the healthiest cake ever and it's the best and there's no fat or sugar. And then Nikki are like, oh great, and Nikki and Mom are like, we're so excited, we love cake. And then they both eat it and they look at each other and they're like, and Momo just looks at you all sad and he's like, Nikki, this cake tastes like nothing. And we're like, this is disgusting. No thanks. No thanks to disgusting flavorless cake. And I loved that. I was like, yes. I don't care. If you're gonna have cake, have cake. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about moderation. And I feel like that's the same with like, I don't know, everything in life. Alright. I think that's where I'm gonna finish up this page. Oh, sorry about this long video, but these journaling ones, when you talk out loud, it takes a while. Some of these journal, like some of my Nikki journal takes a long time, but I'm loving this so far. Okay, we have 2 more pages to go, let's get into it. Alright. And this next one is a lot, I'm still going to continue the pink, and I'm going to get, just going to draw the 2 boxes here. Although I think the last page we're going to switch from pink, so we'll see. Okay, so pink outline done, and we're going to get in our last quest things, which I don't want to get too into. Obviously these are spoilers if you want to do the story, because yeah, it is permanent, but we kind of help Rococo find herself, her true self back, because she's been so hurt by this idol competition. You find out, okay, spoilers here, especially if you're not going to be playing, but you want to know. You find out that she actually was the first to be lose out of the competition because everyone thought she was too ugly and not talented enough as a shroomling, because this is a worldwide competition, so there was human beings in it, and they thought the shroomling, who is obviously adorable and gorgeous and beautiful, but those people didn't think she was, so she crashed out in the first one, and she just couldn't face the people in spirit. She couldn't face the other shroomlings that she had failed, and so she kind of, magic kind of overcame her. She created this like idol celebration in this false world. It's kind of, it had vibes of like Emperor's New Clothes kind of thing, with the way people were acting. But yeah, she was so distraught, and she kind of like had disconnected a whole part of herself. To the point, so in this part of the quest, we get her back to that part of herself, and we save her, reconnect her with her not so perfect parts of herself. But the thing is, you're never going to be perfect, you're never going to please everyone, but she can just be happy with who she is, because she is gorgeous and beautiful and talented and the best dancer in the shroomling world. So this is where we kind of bring her back to herself here, and you can see my beautiful outfit. And then we ride the 5-star banner on the unicorn, because the unicorn outfit is the like idol that she idolizes, who's like this princess who rides a unicorn. And we bring her back, and we do a whole beautiful K-pop dance section, which was really fun to do like the dancer performance with her. And then I just wanted to put this text part here where it says, Rococo says, "You reminded me that all I've ever wanted was to bring happiness to everyone around me, not to be this perfect idol." I love that part. And then here we are with Rococo and another of like her big member of her fan. And then I did have to pick another picture of these stacking birds. They stack all over Itzaland, but I just loved the look of them stacking in like the frosty area. So yeah, that was the main quest, and I did really enjoy it, and it was interesting to see a bit more of the world and a bit more of the characters in the world. We'd only had like a couple of lines with Rococo previously, so it was nice to get a little bit more of her and her backstory, and a bit more of how the Shroomlings interact with the outer world, which they don't like to interact with it too much. There's a few Shroomlings that like have gone adventuring, but they very much stick to Itzaland mostly. But it was nice to see some information about beauty standards, especially because really like in China where this game is made, and then obviously Japan and Korea, like beauty standards are so high. It's so hard for a lot of women, so it was nice to see that represented in this game. You know, this is a game that's aimed at women, and it's not supposed to be like, yeah, there's still challenge, there's still, you know, combat and deeply written stories, and I really like that about that. Yeah, so it's a really fun game, but it has that feminine touch that a lot of games shy away from. Even though us ladies are big gamers and spend a lot of money in games. So it's nice to have them like actually cater to those, or also even any person, man or person, who just identifies with more feminine things, you know? Because plenty of men also play this game, even if they're not feminine. They just really enjoy the game itself and the feeling pretty. Feeling bonita, right? We all deserve to feel bonita at times. This is one of the reasons why I really like this game. I don't know. It's helped me a lot because I have struggled in the past to be, as I felt like feminine and embrace what I used to love as a child, which was especially unicorns. My room was like all unicorns. I had unicorn statues, unicorn bedding. I had little porcelain cats. I had a very girly bedroom at my mom's house. My dad's house, I had a lot of Lego and a lot of video gaming stuff. So, you know, I was kind of both. All right, so this was this page. We have one more page to go. I'm going to trim off this PET tape again because it's getting out of hand. I'm glad I've used so much of it for this update. So this section is they reran a 4-star banner. I don't pull on all the 4 stars these days. I'm a lot more picky. But they reran this one from the 1.0 updates. Well, not from 1.0, but from last year, which I didn't pull on, which was Adventure Ride. And it is a motorbike cowgirl. And I think the main thing is I really wanted the evolution of it, which was like pink and blue, like Barbie. Whereas the main one is very tan and orange. But, and I just didn't have the funds when it originally came out. But now I'm a bit more flush after playing for a while. So, yeah, so I finally pulled on this 4-star and I was really happy. I've used a ton of the pieces now. I really wanted this beautiful, like, mullety hair. So, I pulled on this. And then I made it into this really cute outfit with some other pieces with a bucket hat. Love it. You can see it more here. This bucket hat and this jacket and this top that was from Itzaland Surprise-O-Matic. And then with the cowboy pants and the hair, loved it. I also took some just pictures here while I was out adventuring. So I did this long-term quest that I've been putting off in spirit, which was Shroom Carties. It was a whole philosophy. It's Shroomlings discovering philosophy, and I thought it was really precious. Precious in a way of like, I really loved how their minds were like changing, and they also had a lot of puns. So it's Shroomkatees. There was also a play on Play-Doh as well, and another one. But anyway, just some pictures I took, and then I also took a picture. This is like a really large Shroomling boy, and he's actually in a previous page. I don't think Wanzhong Realm, I stayed in the realm, that whole update. But previously, I did some questing with him. We just found this big Shroomling boy he's giant and he loves to work out. But where was he? Was he in 2.0? I guess I found him. Yeah, here he is. big boy working out. We had a whole quest with him, and then I saw him again in this area, and he actually had a whole group of shroomlings working out with him, which I thought was so cute. So it's nice to see him again, and he has like a following now, like to work out. But see, I'm looking at these pictures and I'm thinking not pink. So I'm thinking green for these, and then I'm gonna have to pull out some different stickers. So let me put in some green. I'm gonna use my favorite 192 from Tombow. No, it's a bit sad to end the pink update, but this is sort of like non-update related stuff. It's just that this is when this 4-star banner reran, and I do like to include if I've pulled a full banner. So we're putting in Adventure Ride and its evolution here. The glow up version of it is like a bunch of dark browns, but I haven't glowed it up yet. I will eventually, but right now I'm just mostly loving the evolution with the pink and the blue. And then this was me catching up with some quests and stuff around the map. Because I'm behind on completing It's a Land. But that's okay. Still have plenty more game to play. Alright, so I'll put those in. So what do I want to pair with this? I'm going to check my Scribble Prints Co collection, but then we might have to go into my Amazon stickers instead. I have these like autumn leaves, but I don't know if it quite goes. I feel like the pictures are pretty green. I think that's the only thing I'm missing from SPC is like some more green naturey stuff. We have these like flowers. I love if we had like this but with green leaves. That would be great. I guess I should ask her, you know? I do talk to her, so I could ask if she could add it to the collection just for some more nature related spreads, like books and this kind of thing. Maybe I'll bring in a couple of these flowers, and then I'll bring in some of my Amazon and AliExpress stickers. So this is what I'm talking about. They are linked down below. We can get them at AliExpress and Amazon. I've only found one of these big ones on AliExpress, but you can get both of them on Amazon. Which I desperately need to buy another one because I do use these a lot. For Nikki, this is the one you can buy on AliExpress. I don't want a warmer green. Some green parts in here that could be used. How about this? It's not quite the green color I want, but well, we can mix it with those as well. It's okay, I'm gonna just I don't have any washi out for this, but that's okay. We're just gonna do some stickers, I think. I'm just gonna put in a couple of these flowers that I feel like work best. Just to sort of be some big pieces throughout. I could do some where I cut it in half, and I'll put the other half elsewhere. So I'm going to cut this. I accidentally cut the paper, that's alright. That is okay. We'll take the paper off. Alright, and then maybe we can put this on the side here. So use them all up. Okay, I think the flowers, they added a nice oomph. And now we could probably add some of these. I don't quite have what I want in here. Okay, I'm going to quickly check my other smaller ones. These books also listed in the description below. Maybe something of this. Just another lot of bigger ones that we can sort of add. And then, I don't know, something like little sparkles. I feel like that looks okay. I don't know. It's kind of enjoying having like a very set look for the rest of the update, but then of course this is a very different page. But that is alright. We're working through it. It's gonna look adorable in the end. I think I already really just love my photos that I took here. They just were so bright and green and really feeling very fresh at the time. And still now as well. I'm bringing some more of these like green pieces. I think, you know, you probably don't need any more than that. I think that looks really, really cute. And now there's like soaring and stuff happening. Apologies. You can hear all this noise. But we are finished up, so let me go to the beginning. We started with the main title page, Uncrowned Heart. Really, really fun update. We have like some of the quest stuff here, the dungeon, one of the fun mini games. And then we had the shop items that I picked up. This was a free outfit, I should say, and this was a top up, but I did buy this return. Then we had the 5-star banner that I'm still obsessed with, just my inner childhood. And then just some of the pictures I was taking in the beginning of the quest. Then we have all the quest stuff that I wanted to include. And then at the end, just like the 4-star banner that I pulled on and some extra pictures from when I was playing at the time. So we hope you enjoyed this update. Yeah, I really enjoyed updating this. We, of course, have the next one to go, which I have all ready to go. This is a very dark, moody one, so it'll be the complete opposite of this one. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch when that comes up. I also have planning and reading journal things. So I hope you enjoy my channel. Otherwise, give this a big thumbs up and subscribe. Sorry, it's like an ingrained quote. Leave down below some strawberries and ice creams in your comments down below to let me know that you enjoyed this. But otherwise, let me know what you thought. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.